Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Welcome to the last Take the Stage rerun for Cascadoo 2022. Cascadoo is 10. Boom! Energy coming up for the last one. All you watch now. We have a monster show tonight. If you was here last night, you see the vibes. We had two live shows. We had a live show last night. We have a live show tonight. We have a live show tonight. Gonna be me bringing on performers. And I already saw a jersey I'm wearing. A Kalenda Poet jersey. Bring it up here. Move my chain. Kalenda Poets 2022. Yep. That's my team. That's my team. And that's my team of which I am the captain. So yeah. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. But we're here. We are here on the last day. And we have a big show. A very big show. So I don't even want to waste no time. Like, I know that's why I say that. And I just end up wasting time. But I don't want to waste no time right now. I just want to go. So, the usual. Put on my headphones. Headphones already on. Nice. And then we get into it. Our first performer. Guys, this was our Take the Stage, our live Take the Stage in June of 2022. And the featured performers with the Kalenda Poets was us. That team consists of Alexandra Douglas, also known as Alex. Got you. Chevin Douglas, not related, we don't think. Jabari Collins, Brandon Butcher, Ray Clark, and this handsome fella, me, Geron Ruiz. Geron Ruiz, of which, how could I almost just forget this? Geron Ruiz, your host for Take the Stage Reruns. I see, I kind of the host for Take the Stage. We cannot share it. Who knows? We're just kind of vibing at this point. So yeah, boom, your host, Geron Ruiz. Imagine I misspelled my name. I thought I misspelled it. Oh well. Anyways, let's keep it pushing. Get out of there. So get out of there. Let's go. Our first performer for the evening. We have a young man by the name of Jabari Collins. Everybody give it up for Mr. Jabari Collins. Pick up, take the stage in the corner. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Oh yeah.
I came to say something about my body. First, my body is not a temple. If it was, I might be ashamed to say it could seem a bit desecrated. Nothing too profane, just enough that neither punching nor propane could hope to burn these memories. Hell, even hell hath not a fire fierce enough to face these fiends in open combat. Okay, my body might be a battle map, but my body is not a temple. This is no place for the broken to find healing, or the lost to find themselves through me. This is no place for the broken to find healing, or the lost to find themselves through me. I refuse to simply be sanctuary along your waypoint. Nothing more than a place to rest your head at night when your finder might suit your fancy. My body is not a temple. I do not call you to come as you are. I call you to come fixed. Because my body is not a mechanic's garage either. I will not simply take you in after someone else has left you damaged for you to simply roll out my doors as soon as you're on your wheels again. That only happened once. Okay, twice, but that's because they were a friend. Okay, fine, 3 times, but never again. I need to remember that my body is not a temple. I am not Jesus. This is no communion. I cannot keep letting them break my body while I leave a kiss on the cheek of every Judas I meet. I need to understand that my body is not a temple, at least not in its truest sense. My body is a private shrine. It is a place of healing for me. It is where I will always return in the midst of my darkest hour, when I wonder if the lights will ever come back. Every night I will find sanctuary within myself, within this space, within the temple that my body can become. Thank you. Oh Whoa.
But big up you, Jabari. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for starting up the show hot and steamy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're keeping it rolling, keeping it moving. Remember, your body is not a temple. Choose you. Any worshippers that come, take care of the temple first. Well, if it's not a temple, take care of you. Here's what I'm trying to say. Choose you. If it comes down, if the choice comes down to you and somebody else, choose you. Always. I am not a therapist. I am not a professionally trained advice giver. I think I have to legally say that. But yes, coming to the stage next, we have a young man. Now, you might be familiar with his face. At this point, I'd hope you will. Now, usually I would do a poem every night here for you guys. I've done a poem every night so far. I've done a poem every night so far for you guys. And tonight I was going to do a poem. But then I remembered I have a poem in this exact show. So y'all could say I kind of cheated in the system. You could say I didn't give you 5 poems on each night. Well, 1 poem on each night. 1 poem for 5 nights? Yeah. You could say I didn't give you 1 poem for 5 nights, but in my head this counts. This counts because it's me and I'm performing. So yeah, coming to the stage next, we have the captain of the Kalenda Poets 2022. We have a young man by the name of Geron Ruiz. Yeah, let's go. Take it away, Geron.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a grown-up. Being a child is how I like it. I like to play for days on my devices, and I like my pineapples in slices. When I grow up, I don't want the fun to end. I just want to spend every day with my friends playing and laughing till the sun has to set, till we wake the next day to do it over again. When I grow up, I don't want to pay no taxes. If I'm being honest, I don't really understand it. I mean, I only in kindergarten, but I've seen my mommy with her head in her hands. It's scary. Growing up scares me. My daddy told me that I have to grow up, but I don't want to grow up, and he is so hairy. I like my smooth skin, cool grin. I walk into class and the girls wonder who's him. But I don't answer them. Girlfriends are grown-ups' problems. And my life is pretty cool. Monday to Friday, I spend time in school. I reach home and mommy made my favorite food. Saturday, I get to watch all of my cartoons. On Sundays, well, I don't have anything to do on Sundays, but I like it like that. I know everybody has to get old, but I'm never, ever, ever gonna be a grown-up. Up. Up. Why does my voice sound different? What happened? Oh God, it happened. I've tried to avoid this, but now my father says, my boy is a man. I don't want to be this. A minute ago, I was preaching about how much I loved being a child. It's no secret, but now suddenly I've grown up. My mentality has blown up, and I'm trying to pick up the pieces. Breathe, boy, young man. I have some questions. Firstly, why does my voice do this? Apparently, puberty didn't have speaking on its to-do list. My voice has so much cracks that if you walk on it, your mother will be paralyzed. Why does Shawn Mendes sound like he came from paradise and I sound like a man just died? Second question, why is there so much acne and hair? I mean, I have hair everywhere. So now there's no smooth skin. My cool grin has turned upside down because when I walk into town, the girls wonder, who's here? And speaking of girls, third question. Why do they look differently? I am seeing her see me, and it makes me feel weird. Like, why is she watching there? Why is it watching back? What is that? Why is my body building a tent in my pants? I went from learning about presidents in my class to learning about hormones, and it's something that I can't control. What do you mean? I thought they were my own. Now I have urges flowing through the fibers of my bones. Needless to say, I'm Macaulay Culkin. I shouldn't be left home alone. And at the end of the day, the story don't have a happy ending. Hell, it don't have an ending. We all growing up confused, adulthood still impending. Emotions changing every day, we don't know who our friend is. And we need answers but have not a clue of who could send it. So now I'm left with a cycle repeating itself with few differences. So Monday to Friday, I spend time in school. I reach home and I just don't know what to do. Saturday, I brace myself for what this new life is demanding. And on Sundays, I sit with my head in my hands. It's scary. Thank you.
I love that poem so much. I'm watching it and I'm just like smiling. Like, I love it. Anyways, I'm like a kid. All right. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying that. I'm assuming you enjoyed it because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it a great deal. So yeah, we're moving swiftly along our host for the evening. Not me, the host back in June, back on Take the Stage. Isaiah actually blessed us with, I can't speak, actually blessed us with this poem coming up here. So, Isaiah Wayne John, our last Take the Stage featured poet. What you have for me today? Let me see it. Isaiah, take the stage.
There you go.
Oh,
I get paranoid quick. So fireworks make me flinch. When I see blue lights, I don't blink, but times pass. Certain things change, so I know the difference between shots and fireworks. Learn to be slow, to anger, resentful, to hate, because even when you're low, you're not at your lowest. I've been writing my eulogy since 14, because who knows me better than me? Adding pieces as I grow older, I understand what it's like to feel lost. Feeling lost within yourself. See, every time I've lost someone, I lost a part of me. Capillaries become frozen around my ventricles. I get chills from my arteries. I mean, the eulogy is nice. Different stories compiled, and I say stories because when the body dies, your life now becomes a non-fiction novel, which could be published, but within grief, family and friends could forget the important parts. Things that made you. From getting licks for singing rampant shop, now you seeing people, mothers singing, and I see you. This is crazy. I am 22. I still write my eulogy to this day, but this time the words come out more poetic. Words string together like an advanced class of hooked on phonics. These years the eulogy is mixed with elegies, filled with tributes with too many gone too soons, mixed with thoughts of breaking generational curses. But you can't break curses that's hereditary. It's scary, understanding how certain thing works. Like the first time you feel a pain in a strange place, going to the doctor because I'm an overthinker, who honestly sometimes forget that God decides my face. You see, writing this part is kind of hard, no worries. Mountain is next week, so I guess that might be a high within a low, right? I still had to take it slow. Just go with the flow and live life. They say lightning don't strike the same place twice. Well, let's hope so. Because I get paranoid quick. So fireworks make me flinch. When I see blue lights, I don't blink. But times pass, and certain things has changed. I know the difference between shots and fireworks. I learn to be slow, to anger, and resentful, to hate, because even when you're low, you're not at your lowest. Yeah? That's cool. Yeah, man.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on, Isaiah. You know you mash it up. You know you did a mash up. Come on. Come on. Like, why is that even a question? Yeah, man. That good? No. Like, it's not good. It's great. Stop it. Thank you. Nice, yo. Nice. We keeping it moving. We keeping it moving. We keeping it grooving. Keeping it spicy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, coming up next, we have a young lady. Y'all saw her. Did you see her? I don't think you've seen her so far. Trying to remember back in the week. It is Friday, so it's been a long week. I don't think you've seen her for the Take the Stage reruns yet. All the better. All the better. We have a young lady by the name of Alexandria Douglas. And she might be the only female on the team, but that don't matter. It don't matter. She come and mash it up all the same way. So you're taking this poem, taking this story before this poem. And I want you to just sit down, let's enjoy it. Just appreciate love. Just appreciate love. You know? So let me go. Alex, take the stage. Let me go.
So most people know me by Alex, and if you know me, then you know that I have a sister who's actually here tonight. And so I will be performing a piece in her honor entitled Ray, which is her name. Y'all hearing me okay? Yeah. Cool. Okay. The height of a queen is the first thing most people see. They see how tall she is, not realizing it's really her aura. One so striking it needs the extra inches, which is hidden behind a resting face of stone. The stone one around cheek she never grew out of. I wish she never would, because that would mean she's growing up. How could someone so young be so eloquent? Breathing authenticity with every breath, her mind, her face, the openness they seek from her mind, willing to accept identities of all kinds. She is art. A thick red streak of stubborn wraps around her, earthy tones rest in the eyes which trap the well of knowledge she reads, collecting facts and information, forming strong opinions, filling the bucket she continues to paint from. Drops of humor splash onto you from the brush of her words, startling the laugh out of your throat. Funny is not something she would call herself, yet humor is her constant companion. She inspires me. We are friends by birth, forced together because of blood, but the hand we reach out to each other every day is our decision. The talks we have diving into the pools of each other are not required, just wanted, needed. Our similar features are deceiving, for we are vastly different. Where I am naive, she is well-informed. Where I am trusting, she is cynical. While I'm into the romance, she's into the classics. Although she's the one studying theatrics, I'm the one who tends to be more dramatic. We feed each other our interests, knowing the other will still appreciate the taste. Our fights are short hurricanes, wild and mighty, but not long-lasting, dying down with time, because the foundation we have built together has proven strong enough to withstand them. Thank you.
Well, let's write a poem for his sister. She write a poem for his sister. My sister don't even like poetry. And again, no family member writing poems for me. I could write a poem for my sister. She'd like that. I should probably write a poem for my sister. Thanks, Alex, for the idea. Thanks. But yeah, that was lovely. Thank you, Alex, for taking the stage. You know, so far you've seen some familiar faces. You know, some people from the Kalenda Poets team. You've seen Isaiah. But now we're going to switch it up a little bit. Our first time take the stage, I believe this was his first open mic. I could be wrong. But I know it was his first take the stage. I think. So, welcome into the stage. Give a very warm welcome to a man. A young man? A man. By the name of Nordrick Hines. Nordrick, take it away. Ba-da-boom.
I am aware that my black is synonymous to dirt. I am aware in society being black means to hurt. I am aware that my black makes you want to erase, delete, and cut. But are you aware that everything created comes from the dirt? Even you who seem to think you've been fashioned from the molds of diamonds and pearls, while you walk around scoffing, turning a blind eye to the rest of the world. Are you aware that dust you are and unto dust you shall return? You keep telling me how black I am. I am aware. But are you aware that my black is literally living earth and all of earth's substance lies within? You see, all our lives we've been told we are black. And that has somehow caused us to accept, believe it, and refuse to act while taking all of your smack. But they would never tell you this. There's unmatched beauty in the color black. So yes, I am aware that I am black. Are you even aware of what characters are found in that? You see, my black represents strength, seriousness, power, authority, and resilience. And it's in no shape, form, or fashion a pestilence. My black is a royal, elegant, and prestigious color. And being both authoritative and powerful can evoke strong emotions. But I understand that too much black can be overwhelming. Is it overwhelmed? You overwhelmed? By seeing black at the fore and riding the helm? And the only way to try and stop it is by deceiving the minds of the simple to have them believe my black means unfruitful? No, I guess that it's hard growing in a world seeing too much black. But what would the world be if there wasn't any black? So why tell lies and spread things untruthful when my black is synonymous to the creation of life and everything fruitful? Are you aware that black is said to be the sum of all colors? Are you also aware that black is said to be the absence of color when all light radiation is removed? So what do you get when you remove all of your light? And what do you get when you sum all of your colors up? So remove all of your light and sum all of your colors up and tell me, what do you get? Wait. Better yet, sum them all up and tell me, what do you get? Black. I bet it kills you to say black, doesn't it? I understand that my black is synonymous to nothing. Well, to you that is. But haven't you been told that a black shape on a colored background appears black because its brightness approaches zero relative to its surroundings? Does it mean anything to you? Well, to me it means you can color an entire canvas around me and I will remain black. I do not need to be in the spotlight, but I still will be seen because I am black, the symbol of unwavering strength and resilience. Are you even aware that for life to be created, there must be total dark before coming to light? So yes, I understand that I'm black, and everything that now is was drawn and called out of the dark. So the next time you think about raising an eyebrow, pouting a lip, or even moving your mouth to speak, remember everything starts and returns to this black, the beginning and end of all life. So yes, I am aware that I'm black, but without me there'll be nothing to see, for I am the sum of all creativity. And even if you remove all of creation, you will still be left with me. I am indispensable, never disposable. I am black. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing else to say. Just yeah. Guys, just this face the entire time. You're right. Just speechless. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. All you hear the poem. I'm not gonna say nothing about the poem. All you hear the poem. Oh, you just let air out there, let the place air out a little bit. Come back down. Nice, guys. Nice. So, next up, we have a second comer. You all saw her last night in her first open mic. That was back in April. She came back in June for me. She said earlier, I have a next poem. I know I mashed up the place. I know I mashed up the place in April. So I come back. I come back again. And I'm here to see. I never shared the same poem. I'm not going to see the good poem. I'm not going to see it. So, coming to the stage, we have a young lady by the name of Lily Villafana. And I can't call she. I can't say she's the only poet in the Villafana family again, you know. Last night, Emmanuel bust down some poems. There's in New York, there's now the New Recon Cafe. I believe that's what it's called. I needed to take off my headphones to say it. Yeah, there was in the New Recon Cafe. And you know, Emmanuel was just poeting. I've never seen him poet this much. It's crazy. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Lily. We're here for the real poet in the Villafana family. Let's get it. Lily, take the stage. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what I think? People shouldn't really judge a person based on how they find they look. They could be going through the worst of the worst, but instead of wanting to hear the story, you're only reading the cover of the book. Instead of listening to the album, first you have to hear what the people have to say. Hashtag justice for Drake, so he wouldn't feel that type of way. But it's really sad. But it's really sad that people be living off of the things people say. You know what I think too? Depression is underrated. That thing to have you going mad, but you're really out here cracking jokes like, imagine not even having a dad, or you're still too glad. Depressed is filled with stress, overthinking, feeling like the group of people you love keep on shrinking because the way people move in with you, somehow you just feel neglected, rejected, falsely selected when with loved ones you're supposed to feel protected. Like I said, depression is underrated. And next thing too, why you just be treating people the way you want them to be treating you? Because the same people that you just be treating like poo them is the same ones who just be forgiving you. But you have the audacity to walk all over them because you have the better shoe. But you know, if that shoe mash up, you know them bringing you glue. And not just a stick, but the best one they find and pick, they pick it just for you. But you blinded by pride that you don't even have a clue. Things like this just drive me crazy. And I'm sure it's the same for you. So let me give you in on my last thought. Something to look back on from winning the battle that you just fought. Let me tell you a secret. Secretly capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Look how easy it is to now say 1 + 1 is 2. You just have to say it. Football, I can play it. Swimming, I can do it. Poetry, I can write it. Spanish, I can speak it. It's not my confidentiality. Could be yours too. Simply paint the pictures your mind drew. The future for you. Start off with a foundation. You could form an entire nation. Change starts with you. The world ain't ready for the things you can do. What you can do, could do, will do. Everything will turn out in the end for you. Have faith in yourself to prove that you can do the things you think you can, but faith without works is dead. Put your mind to it and you will achieve it. You can do it. This is your shot, so please don't blow it. Thank you.
Lily Filafana, doing what she does best, mashing up the stage. There isn't a stage anymore. Like, the stage is gone. It's gone. It's not there. They've applauded the stage away because of Lily. Thank you very much, Lily. We love having you. Hope to see you in more TV stages. Hope to hear more poems from you. Look forward to it. Definitely. Definitely. So we have another a bit of a familiar face. A bit of a familiar face, you could say. You know, I think we could say he's a staple now. Because when I call him and ask him, he just give now. He just be like, yeah, of course I'm there for take the stage. He's been there for the past couple, and I could imagine he's going to be there for the next set. So coming to the stage next, we have a good friend of mine, a young man by the name of Joel Phillip. So Joel, I want you to take the stage. Come true. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Boom.
I feel like I'm spending Christmas with my father's side of the family, which is to say I don't know you. In the presence of legends, I think that I'm supposed to, but the feeling may be mutual, which makes sense. I'm not really the type to make myself known, says the spoken word poet. The same poet told to hold the attention now while I hear, looking down, which is to say, my phone is the closest thing to home, that this has grown into an extension of me. See, I've texted more thoughts than thought to talk. Though it's odd to some, I sought to not speak. Stop my whole face from ever seeing the light of day, which is to say, I have a favorite disguise, which is to stay inside and wait, spend time with this, my only window to the outside, scrolling, searching through the pain, hoping this is something I could see through, which is to say, I've seen you. In whatever form or fashion, be it being the lights, camera, or the action, your roles don't stop after the curtains close. Even when we in the same boat, money still had to be made, so somebody had to be brave to shift the ship back on course, which is to say, I'm not too good with words. But when there's a profession in quelling the qualms, putting pen into palm is the least I could do. Why be afraid when presenting a psalm for an audience of one? At least one person listening. At least the glistening through the window can tell a clear story of survival, of how my idols are immortalized in ink, and how I think, and how now this clergy is still paving a way, which is to say, this is a home where people can sing shanties when everything seems sandy, and even though some can't see it, it's a sign to me, which is to say it's assigned to me, which is to say it's a sign to breathe, lift my head and see that when the original plan fails, we can just make a new play, and whoever dare say the ship not sailing could take it up with me. The spoken word poet, Take it up with the Kalenda Poets. The same poets I'm sure now know how hard it is to row by yourself, but in that, I've learned to treasure just how far we've come today, which is to say, if this is a window of what's to come, I'd be crazy to hide. Hi, my name is Joel Pearl. I do poetry sometimes. It's nice to meet you. Thank you.
I do poetry sometimes. You know, me too. It's not like my job or anything. I do poetry sometimes. Is poetry my job? It's a crazy thought. Never thought about it like that. Poetry might be my job. Huh. Anyways, yo, I didn't know the poets, the Kalenda Poets, were preparing to go away to a competition that involved a lot of group poetry. What is group poetry? It's poetry, with more than one person, or a group. Now, we were supposed to make some threes and some four pieces, meaning 3 people and 4 people, but we just have a bunch of twos. Luckily, we have 3 twos with 3 different duos, with 3 different pairs. So, I'm going to tell you, back to back to back, we're going to have Ray and Tevin doing their duo piece. Gonna have Alex and Jabari doing their duo piece, and then they're gonna have Brandon and myself doing our duo piece. So we're gonna start off with Tevin and Ray. See how you all feel with it. You know, some people mightn't have heard a double piece before. So here you go. Here you go. Yeah. So enjoy. Tevin and Ray take the stage. Yeah. See the rhyme there? Yeah.
I was a street corner thug. Run blocks like Bob the Builder that build bridges.
Basking under the street lights in dark holes.
Life played Marco Polo. No foresight in what I did. Now I'm a hoodlum, hood rat, rolled in cigar ash and smoke. It happened fast like salsa. Cha-cha. Life took 2 steps back in the drain. I was homeless. The bruised face, arms, legs, bleached clothes, old shoes.
Bruised past childhood that felt like nails, piercing flesh.
I used to run racket. That was how I danced. Ran streets, drugs, weapons, I had fame. Ran with a bag over my shoulder. I was a fast dealer.
Never fast enough to run the show.
I was a crazy, cracked out, conniving conman without care. The only thing at my foot on the dance floor was malice.
Hush money and a mischievous mean streak with a mission.
I was hiding, running from the streets that held rifles and Glocks, but I had luck. Always able to step away from death until one day I misstep. Bullets tap dance on hair tips. Streets received a ticket to dance walls and paid my heart a visit before I paid the money I owed. Spirit drifted and swayed from the junkyard, but I called it home.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. That's my boys. That's my boys. Tevin and Ray. Thank you. Yeah, so you're getting the double action. You're getting the duo vibes. You know, the group lines, the single lines that mesh into the group lines. You'll see it more. You'll see it more. Because we have Alex and Jabari coming with their poem entitled, I know I haven't done titles all night, but I know this one. Entitled, How to Be a Creative in a Trinidadian Household. Bye. That title alone says it all. Now yeah, Alex, Jabari, you all have been here before. You all have been here tonight. Singly. Is that a word? Singly. By yourself. Individually. Individually, you've been here. So now take the stage together. Let's get it. Alex and Jabari, go through.
How to be a creative in a Trinidadian household. 1. Don't.
Don't give in to the way your hips seem tempted to sway every time a tempo pass.
Ignore the fact that you see a rhythm section in every countertop and kitchen table.
Every time you think of a rhyme.
Or feel like your mind might make a melody. Remember that things like lyrics and sweet songs are best left to the birds.
Because up till now, I haven't heard of a man making good money from that yet.
Well, except for the cases where he listens to rule number 2. If you must be a creative, be a soca artist. Or a, no, you can't do that one.
Well, you could be a, never mind. They'll crucify you if you even think to try that one. So if you absolutely must be a creative, understand that you are a branding.
If you cannot sing a soca yourself, learn to sing their praises. Master, molding Marshall Montano into a metaphor for timelessness. Perfect the fine arts of comparing Patrice Roberts to a steel pan for how sweet they both can sound.
3, seeing as you've chosen the path of the creative, I think it's fair to assume you have some rebellion in you.
Look at you, able to pick apart the patriarchy with perfect personification.
But don't you dare think to test the taboos in this country.
Don't act like you don't know that around here every mental illness can be beaten, prayed, or drank away. Don't stray from the way
you've been grown. You know that family business remains family business.
4, I know you have rebellion in you. I know that every time you have a dream, you put it to paper, push it as far into reality as you can, and then tell it to us to bring reality into it as much as it can bear. But whenever you think you can turn this trauma into a poem,
remember, there'll be nothing civil about your family's movements.
You know that our households know nothing of rights.
Know nothing of peace.
You know that around here wars are waged on the daily, so they'll warn you.
Don't put God out your thoughts to have the gall, the gumption, the presumption is to be ungrateful for all we've done for you and have our business in these streets.
So rule number 4 is, don't talk about your trauma. 5, talk about your trauma. Yes, I know what we just said. But while you must remain quiet here, if you want them to feel your words in poetic spaces, you must still give of the depths of your soul.
Your expertise will only ever be seen in how palatable you can make your pain.
So share your horrors and hypotheticals.
Hide your truth in hyperbole.
Make it seem larger than life, as if this could never be real.
Make it all too real.
Find a way to dwell in your darkness without letting it consume you.
Yeah. Alexander Jabari. Jabari, I know it had all the mess up in that, but it's okay. They kept it moving, they kept it pushing, and that's what matter. That's what matter. Remember, never stop. Proud of all you. Keep it going. Nice. Keep it up. And then we move on to the last group piece we have for the night. And then I watch now. We don't have that much more performances, you know. But I'll talk to you after this performance. I'll talk to you all after this performance. So this one is a poem by Brandon and myself. You know, I hope you all enjoy. It's a poem very close to me. And yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. Brandon and Geron, take the stage up.
Hands up. Don't move and put your hands up. If you breathe, I will shoot and you will bleed. So please don't move and put your hands up.
Hands up. Don't move and put your hands up. If you blink, I would think that you're reaching for a weapon, so don't move and put your hands up. Now tell me your name. No, get on the ground. Tell me your name and get on the ground. Tell me your name, but don't make a sound. Watch the tone of your silence. You know that I'm prone to get violent. Bullets would fly through your dome.
Oh, you best watch your tone. You want to make it home tonight, son. But don't you worry, it's alright, son. We just need to see some nice things.
Nah, I want to make this nappy hair a demonstration. So Officer B, follow my lead, hands up. Don't move and put your hands up. You don't know that a lie is nothing to fabricate. When I was given this badge, I was designated to the defamation of man. Black man, you don't understand the reach we have. The United States isn't the only nation where these streets are bad.
Justice has abandoned man globally.
But when it happens in America, this. Just in, a black man named Justin was just killed by blah, blah, blah. Tonight isn't about them. It's about you. So young recruit, tell him the truth.
Now, I know you're still holding on to hope that you will make it home, but buddy, let it go. Here's how this is going to go.
See this pistol in my hand? I'm going to let it blow.
2 shots. One to your stomach and one to your chest, it's showing a hole straight through.
Your heart no longer have a metronome.
You know in them TV shows where the bullet barely misses the vital organs.
Yeah, well, not in this episode, but let we move past the jokes. You know, get to the fire and move past the smoke. It's about time we put your name after a hashtag. I want to see people marching and a white fist on a black flag. Which companies get whitelisted and which ones make you feel backstabbed by not making a post. It's about time we make your living soul a ghost. And it have no rhyme or reason. Remember, it's not about you, it's about me. You could believe whatever you want to believe in, but if it wasn't you, it would have just been another innocent human being. But you don't know what power does to a man. The feeling I get when I put on this uniform and badge. You know what? Let me just show you. Show me your hands. Get on your knees and hold your stance. Put your face to the concrete and do the same with your palms. Ah! Forget this. Bam! He was armed.
He was armed.
And dangerous. The man took a stand, reached for his waist, and endangered us.
We did what we had to do.
We did what we needed to do. Now I know you don't want to get into no trouble, so let's keep this between me and you.
But that's me and Brandon tearing it up. Great poem, yes. A really good poem, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. It's a really good poem. But yeah, moving swiftly along, yo. We are doing great for time. And I know we only like 40 minutes in. But I say that because we have a month to have a poem incoming. I can't lie to you. Now you see this man face before. He was there. Take the stage April. He was there. A young man that went by the name of Joseph. That's my good friend. Now, I was questioning whether or not to put this in. But you know what? I feel like it's good. And I feel like it needs to be seen. And I feel like I don't want to overthink it. Now the man is a storyteller. That is all I had to say. Man is a storyteller. It is a bit of a longer poem. It's a bit of a long one. He's telling a story. You take any time to craft that story. So I'll give you a second, go get some water, go get a little snack, hydration check. Got it? Got it? Nice. So we're just gonna go into it now. And I just want to let you appreciate this. Just appreciate the storytelling in this. And yeah, I have nothing more to say. There we go. Joseph, take the stage. Let me go, bro.
There's a story about two individuals, Jimmy and Stan. Jimmy was a gardener by day and a bad boy by day and night. Since before the sun started shining and darkness was my home, I found peace in the abyss and drank the nutrition from a stillborn baby's soul. My warmth is your coldest, so don't test my depths. But once you start, you'll continue sinking and sinking and sinking with no place to go. Terror is my shadow, fear is my gaze, and death is in my right hand. Midnight Robber is nothing more than a make-believe two-bit piper behind a mic or a stand. Midnight Robber, singing like I used magnum, but he busts. I is no plan B, but I make that pregnancy turn phantom. Midnight Robber, singing like class was in session since... Singing like class began when I spoke. His speech follows my law, but my legend is no folk. And I, as overlord, don't need a speech, don't need carnival, and don't need the attention, because my activity is making headlines, and that's more than he did or see to mention. But I's a good boy, always keeping myself good in the eyes of the public. A bad boy with the respect of people. I am untouchable. And that is the word. It have a stand, was working CPEP, never straying from his morals and values, always cleaning everything in sight. On his side, he would hustle, weed, paper, cigarettes, never dealt with coke, so he got respect from his elders. Fearing his death, he never dove too deep in that life. Make my ends,
to buy a Mercedes, buy a house, and land. Mean bong for nobody to feed me. And that is the word. In spite of the different personalities, they complemented each other. Some might look at them like brothers, but it's true. When Jimmy needed his head wet, Stan was there with a bowl and bucket. When Stan was in trouble, Jimmy was there to boss and then tuck it. But the gun not hot, Stan asks, forget it. Mean dashing my gun, so run fast. There was even a time when Jimmy faced off against the big boy, schoolboy, a.k.a. Patrick, a.k.a. Dave, a.k.a. Don't Stick. So him known for bloody ways. But he had some distinguishing personalities. The man's skin black like road that just paved. Teeth white like dirty Lasco fan and him don't shave. Outside that dance, Patrick Masha man white old school. Never looking back until a hand grab his shoulder. Dirty footprint on the white with Stan bending over to give it a clean. Jimmy ball, hey, you mash me. Patrick didn't care, so what happened next, he didn't expect. Within 2 tools, he was on the ground with our old school on the neck. My respect commands itself, no need for begging. And if you didn't catch the memo and decide to disrespect, well, it's hollow point sharing. And the only thing we do is skin. Anybody could turn into a red man, just give me a knife and a bin. Because when I slice, it's to expose all the vessels, so the cut had to be thin. Real badness is when I could step to a man and slit his throat like his goat, because I am. Just kill you, take your gal, and sell your AK for scrap iron. 99 bullets in my drum mag, and all I need is one to kill you. In the face of Patrick, Jimmy showed no fear. The man get up, clean his shoe, and nothing but respect, G, is all the man could hear. And it's true, the fame went to his head, because after that day, Jimmy was known as Overlord. And he went overboard with the persona and almost hit Stan some lead. That led to months of problems between the pair. But to save the friendship, Overlord, Jimmy had to beg. It just so happened that he needed some land clear, and Stan was the man for the job. Finally back to normal, both of them in the daylight profession. But that normal, not normal, because Jimmy had a confession that he would forever keep secret. Feelings and activities that he kept deep inside that was left to fester beneath his persona of Overlord. Jimmy observed Stan plotting the future. That plot of land wasn't enough. The profits were more than beneficial. So Jimmy called Stan to inform him of the potential. My mans was looking at him gay like if his name was Marvin. The hunger in his eyes, lips were licking. Was he the prize? Stan could tell he was starving. Dribble running, water coming, and the only thing on Jimmy's mind was to do some farming, to plant his seeds in someone's earth, and that's a trespass. But that land only had natural gas, and no, he didn't ask. So Stan opposed him, saying he's not going on that side of the fence. He was at his limit, and an argument between the two commenced. Dan, you know I'm not on that. I could excuse the killing, because even I would kill for you, but cocaine is not a game I play in. A fed up seamen lost their life over that white devil, and that's nothing new. And the next man to dead overshadow Benny could be you, but pushing boundaries isn't that how we make progress. You always wanted a Benz, you always wanted house and land. Well, this is just a step in the right direction with different means. You can't afford them things working CPEP, collecting small fish money from smaller streams, and all them know about is crab in a barrel, so it's fight down. Yeah, but like the graveyard really is your circus, because you're looking the dead like a clown, and the only thing that's not funny is your funeral and your mother bawling. But I wouldn't be. Speaking of, I wish she could see all the laws you're breaking, all the souls you're taking, all the drugs you just grow and sell, when it's gardening she think you're doing and the family business going well. Hey! Don't talk about my mother. And all that not going to happen, because not even the law above me. Gary time come and gone, but I here to stay forever. Me who run this town and nobody notice cause I clever. Me who have the police in my back pocket because public servant work don't pay and everybody need cheddar. Speaking of, even flour prices double and a 2% increase don't cut it. So it's now more than ever that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out the mouth of God. I have my gun standing at attention always, all day, because it always have tension. And in this moment, I control whether you live or die. I control the prospect of making your mother, your father, and your family and your girlfriend cry. But death and life is in the power of the tongue. No, death and life is in the power of my gun. And if my gun jam, well, you probably didn't deserve it, but that never happened, so your skin go burn when you can't hit. Meanwhile, I go be living in luxury with gold chain, gold band, and a golden toilet on my cruise ship. You are black man. Why you in love with chain and ship? Don't find it strange if your ancestors can't relate to your ambitions. And who gave you the right to wrong my decisions? Like you can't face the fact that it have bigger fish in the sea. So call me an eagle because it ain't have no fish that can ramp with me. Snakes is my prey, and ball Jesus have my talons cut clean past your scales into your skin, causing your organs to rupture and bleed from within. And when we fly overhead, it gives new meaning to being covered under the blood. Now what happens next is unknown. It is certain that Jimmy had to bust fast before he was caught red-handed, left no witness, no face, no case. There was no one standing, only the victim that he left on the ground, holy, and the only thing preying on him was a vulture, not a pasture, but the pasture that Jimmy chose was meant to cultivate a special kind of happiness that could sedate pain, boredom, and hunger. Jimmy was gone with the product, just like lightning. He disappeared after the thunder, no longer having a brother by his side. And I wanted to understand that understand was his hands balled in a fist, but in them were coca seeds and with something white, and it was impossible to mistake, for everyone knew it was Jimmy's personal batch of perlite. The best you'd ever see, but how could it be that Jimmy was a coca grower, responsible for planted coca seeds on abandoned properties, never being caught, always according to plan. But when his only true friend Stan stood with a different view, Jimmy did what he had to, slew Stan where he stood, turning him into a past tense. Now things were past tense, and the only thing they shared in common now was the past they had together, not even life. Thanks.
I want you to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I want you to talk to me. You let me know. How you feel about that? I just gotta let it air out. I just gotta let it sit. I just gotta let it be right there. Because that was crazy. Because early on the night, I was like, what is this man doing? It's like 5 minutes into a poem. Bro, we're on a tight schedule. We are renting a space. And he's just dropping a 10-minute poem. So I'm just there like, excuse, hello? And then he says something about, you're a black man. Why you obsessing over chains and ships? And I was like, you take as much time as you want, young man. You take the whole show. You have it. It's yours. Oh, that is my friend, and I'm proud to say that is my friend. I'm very proud to say that is my friend. So, Joseph, thank you for blessing me, Mike. I hope to see you back again soon. It's always a pleasure to have you, bro. But we're keeping it moving. Keeping it moving. We have three more performances to go. And this one is Amanda that blessed you up in Take the Stage April. I didn't see it because I didn't wanna give her all the show now. I didn't wanna give her the entire show. You know, if you wanna come and see a whole Take the Stage, come out. Come out and support. Buy a ticket. You know, come on, Ali. Let me keep it pushing. Support local, support the community. There we go. So we have a young man by the name of Marcus Hazel, big grinder. I know he outside busy all the time. So Marcus, I want you to come and take the stage, bro. Let we go.
Fine, winner. Don't we lose it, but could find it back in a 1, 2, 3. Whoa, so fast, pronto. It's to walk until life done, though. It's to walk until you're dead, dog. But oh snap, I do a check quite recently and realize all of my dogs, them have that. Check out how many nights we pray and fast. Check out how many nights we think and pass just to ensure we spare me reporters. Think we bad, my team, big on swag, way this chant decent. We are different from on top God's angels, this decent, asking us face-to-face questions like, you remember what all the last test was? How about this one? Or you by chance in front, I just say, but God, we not petty frontish. We work this right 1,000 bars and still in front, and we in front that. We went school like metaphysics. My head screw like screwdriver. Philip, we top striker is always skillet. My monsters outside and always drilling. Around we, you know what the drill is. No little youth, my life could end up finished. Each one teach one way, I never timid. Yeah, I go live until death. It continue to heal soul on pages. I does. My team big on facelifts, classic, cool, and always sacred. We real cool yet insane, and we don't worship no dead people remains, and people is asked, but like them patience intact and just face pain with reasoning. Them just use grace as seasoning. Them face the heathens who thought that they killed when these are dead. Them catch the evils who cut flicks on Jesus' head. Them just face they too deceitful and fit bit by bit, just to get better, just to spin ways, cause this anchor always trapped. Spin right ways and goodness bound to come back. Catch your lavish and we go have a sip on that. We don't sit on slackness. My team sick. My team sick on tax, yes. Keep your contacts so they can call. We know dirty niggas. Train your own to hurt dilly darling and always cause the pressure. Get upset and curse depression. For this earthly sentence is to forfeit. We's not no convicts. All of my dogs, them top froggish. We do frog back. We play hopscotch. We keep it safe like hot sun in sunblock. Here we stand up and not in vain. For this is just another code to holy faith, bear fruit and greatness. We future sacred, and until next time, we give praise. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Just. Wow. These poets just getting better and better. Like they just don't stop getting better. It's crazy. Like how you still like wow. Like this is amazing. Marcus Hazel, everybody. Marcus Hazel. Let me look out for the name. Oh, yeah, you coming up, you know. You coming. But the next youth that coming up, come on, you know, all our we youths. All the youths coming up in all there. Watch that, the spoken word industry, spoken word field, the poetic scene, the poetic community is in great hands, you know. I mean, it's in my hands, so you know it's going to be great. That was too cocky of me. I can't say that. I can't say that. That was bad. But not wrong, but bad. You know, the spoken word community is in great hands. The youths that we have coming up, you know, the youths coming out of Roots, coming out of 2 Cents, coming out of everywhere. You know, we bad. What I could say. You know, it's only a matter of time, but we have 2 more performances here before we close off this show. We have a young man, you all saw him earlier, performing a poem with Tevin. Yeah. But now we're here to perform what is going to be one of his staple poems, I would like to assume, because this poem very bad. And I think he should perform this everywhere, especially away. I want him to go away and perform this poem. But without talking too much, earlier, please enjoy my brother, my good friend, Mr. Ray Clark. Ray, take the stage.
Mind's hand spends contracts and forms, land and laws made. to divide world in two, like sea and land, space and earth, north and south, east and west. Have you ever wondered who gets to put countries into classrooms? Who made checklists to tick of nations from A class to B? You see, I'm at the back of the class, sitting, submerged and soaking in oil and gas, exuding with aluminum, bauxite, rum and sugar in backpack. That's why I'm still here. I'm not the teacher's pet. I don't need to follow North, Central, and South America. You all sit in front row, still in stasis and fit in places to be seen and heard. In the back here, I'm not alone. They don't even know our names. Leeward, Windward, Lesser, and Greater Antilles. They just class us as useful later. But we know our worth. We are called Caribbean, where we bask under the sun with blue seas, seashells, and scenery, coral reefs, volcanoes, mountains, waterfalls, birthed by Mother Nature. You can't class us. Our soil was touched by God himself. Our land grew acres of sugarcane. I know we have history class. We know this. We made the history to feed its people. The tears and sweat of men provide water for roots to take use and hydrate itself. We had no bed of roses. We didn't push up on Mr. World to feel superior. We know what we had. We didn't ask to get validation to be valedictorian. We above that. So with the grade of our oil, gas, bauxite, rum, and sugar, we don't need your perfect gross domestic profit of first world, but you all still see us as a place where your resource is, but this land can be where your source is. Because when you hear Caribbean, you hear and see standpipes and buckets, cabins and shacks. We are not behind God's back, nor outside the classroom. So let me draw you a map on the blackboard. We are here in plain sight, found southeast Gulf of Mexico, east of your Central America, east west of your Central America. So check your map, check your rule book. 700 islands, islets, reefs, and cays can't fit in your class.
You don't know how that poem doesn't. I can't say how that poem doesn't. You can fill in the blanks. You can figure it out. You know, it's not a nice word. Y'all, we are coming down to the end of the show. We are almost finished. We have one more performer. Now, you didn't see him yet. You see him once. He has an poem with me. Because we was holding him. We was waiting. We was waiting until the last performance to bring him out. Because this poem is a monster one. Some of you might have seen it already. If you didn't, you're going to see it now. I don't want to waste no time. So without further ado, we have Mr. Brandon Butcher. Brandon, close me off now and take the stage while you're at it. Let me go.
I was observing the movements of a male blackbird the other day. The way he danced and expanded his feathers as he tried to attract his mate. The way he whistled sweet melodies of chirps in her ear must have swept her off her feet, because that bird was buzzard. She was gone clear, and after a couple of minutes or so of pure entertainment, she flew off deep into the tree. But the male blackbird, he remained on these streets. He continued to feed, and when I tell you, not even 10 seconds after the man just went over the girl, you know, he already started to entertain another female bird. My boy's feathers began to twirl, and it had me thinking that in a world full of different species, all man is dog. So you mean to tell me after spending minutes dancing trying to impress the first bird, in 10 seconds you're ready to move on? That's not horn, that's deceit. Lying with every message, every tweet. Fill her head with empty promises about, oh, nobody could compete. You should be shamed. Walking around calling yourself a man. You're still living in your parents' nest, but you're promising these girls house and land, futures plan. Empty promises like, you're my one and only. But in a few months later, you add a comma after that phrase and include Sarah, Emily, and Susie. And this truly had me thinking that in a world full of different species,
All man is dog. So anyway, the male blackbird continues to dance as he tries to impress bird number 2. But you see, just as fast as she came, it was just as fast as she flew. She didn't seem interested in his tweet or his vain attempts trying to make her his. And even though this man has a whole other bird who loves him, he followed the one who couldn't be phased and continued to dance, sing sweet melodies and enhance. His game now changed and he realizes he needs to advance. But just when he was about to up his levels, he turned his head and he caught a glimpse. The man saw bird number 1 being entertained by someone else. This man was furious. Leave from entertaining bird number 2. Fly over and started chirping in a rage like, girl, that's what you're really going and do? And after all I do for you, all those minutes that I spent dancing, time I spent in your nest wasting phone card talking and laughing, all for what? But little did he know bird number 1 had eyes and ears all over. And in a single chirp, she replied, how much tweet you go tweet till I pull up these screenshots and post your caption, waste man. Inform the world of your small wingspan. One woman everywhere to beware of all your empty plans about man. You wanna put me in house but you can't clean your room. You wanna put ring on this finger and you're talking about pay ain't coming through yet like boo. It's been the end of the month 4 years now, and don't think I didn't know it wasn't standards the other day that came and take away a couch, and from that moment he flew. The man fly away so fast he didn't have time to entertain bird number 2, and in that moment I just knew it didn't matter if it was a bird, lion or a frog, because still in a world full of 8 million different species, all man is dog.
That's my friend. That's also my friend. All of these poets are my friends. They're my friends. I love them. And y'all, with that, we have come to the end. Just now, let me get a little music going. Y'all, with that, we have come to the end of our Take the Stage reruns for Cascadoo 2022. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let me take off these headphones because it's difficult to talk. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and you know, I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate you tuning in. You didn't have to tune in every night. If you just tuned in one night, that would have been greatly appreciated. You know, I would have really appreciated you tuning in at any point. And yeah, I just want to big up some people before I go. You know, I want to big up Rich Foundation. I want to big up everybody who is working extremely hard on the team, and I will call names. I want to big up Isaiah, I want to big up Emmanuel, I want to big up Kirby, I want to big up Josan, I want to big up team, I want to big up the entire board. You know, everybody doing what we had to do to keep, you know, to keep pushing, to keep doing the great work that we do. And you know, that's what we're all about. That's what we all about here at the Roots Foundation. I want to big up everybody on the Kalenda Poets team. You know, Alex, Jabari, Tevin, Ray, Brandon. You know what, and I'll big up myself as well. Being in part of the Roots team as well as part of the Kalenda team. You know? I'm like the Venn diagram. I'm in between. You know? But yeah, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. We have a lot of big stuff coming up. You know, so stuff that you're not gonna wanna miss. So stay tuned. Follow us on everything. Follow us on Instagram at Roots Foundation 868, on Facebook Roots Foundation TT. Look forward to TikTok. I know we would have mentioned it back in like February and we ain't post anything, but that's my bad. That's my bad. We just gonna go. You know, sometimes the best laid plans fall and crumble, and sometimes you just had to go. Sometimes you just had to be spontaneous in what you do. And you just had to shoot. So you know that way, you know. So I have been your host. I am, and always will be your host, Geron Ruiz. Right there. You can follow me on social media. Do I say that? Can I say that? Ger_the_artist on Instagram. Ger, G-E-R, like those first 3 letters over there. Yeah. Yeah, follow me. Yeah, I've hosted the entire week. I could get that forward. But in all seriousness, thank you everybody for tuning in. And yeah, stay tuned for what we have coming up next. And yeah. thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of August. Happy Independence when it comes to it. Just talking now. I really should stop talking. So, guys, it's been real. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I wish you a good night. Goodbye. Adios.